Alright, what's going on, guys? So we are back here in the mangrove, wetland, swamp areas of Fort Lauderdale. I fished here a couple times over the last several weeks, caught a lot of crested gobies and frillfin gobies, but during both of those trips, I've also put my GoPro underwater. Then when I got home, I looked at the footage, and there's a lot of fish species down there that I have not caught, that I haven't seen just kind of looking down from above the water. So there were a couple different there were a couple different snook. I don't know if they were different species, but some little juvenile snook. There were some sailfin mollies that I saw, and there was this one really cool goby, kind of more elongated. Might have been a river goby or a lyre goby, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, so there's a couple species here I haven't caught. We're going to try to target those today. We'll probably get a lot of crested and frillfins, and fingers crossed that we can get one other cool species that is not one of those two. So let's give it a shot, and let's see what happens. Alrighty, so here's the area we are going to be fishing. So right now all the water is just flowing out of here back toward, eventually toward the ocean. The tide is outgoing. We're still about 4 hours before low tide, so it should be flowing here for a little while. With the water levels higher like this, they're higher than they have been the last several times I have fished here. And with it moving so much, it's a little tough to see the bottom. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to sight fish for some of these fish like I did the last several times. But let's drop it here close to shore. Let's see if there's a little goby or something over here. We just got a little tanago hook with a little bit of shrimp on there. We'll make some drops all over the place here and hopefully get something cool. There's a fish. What is this? Alright, so fish number one is a very good looking little juvenile crested goby. They don't get too much bigger than this, but there's plenty of bigger ones I've caught out of the spot. But yeah, if this is anything like the last couple trips, this is going to be the most common fish that we catch here today. Alright, we got another little goby right here. Don't know what kind it is. Oh, it's a bigger goby that came over. He's still there. That's a big crested. He just bit the split shot. That's not the one, but let's take a look at this guy. Alright, so this guy is the ever so slightly rarer frillfin goby. So I still catch a lot of these guys here, just not as many as the cresteds. Alright, we got a slightly bigger goby here. I believe that's still just going to be a frillfin, but let's see if we can catch... Oh, that's not the one. That's a slightly bigger crested. Alright, so there was what I believe was about the size of a frillfin goby, but before I was able to get the shrimp down in front of him, this guy darted out from somewhere else and intercepted the shrimp. So slightly bigger crested goby. Got him. Alrighty, so let's bust the photo tank out for a little bit. There's our somewhat small crested goby. I believe is our third one of these guys. I mentioned it in some previous videos, but one day I would love to get like a little like Florida oyster reef tank with like some of these guys, some frillfins, I don't know, maybe some like gold spotted killifish or sheep's head minnows or something like that. I think that would be a really cool tank. So if I ever do that, I know where to come find some juvenile crested gobies and frillfin gobies. Really cool looking fish. Haven't seen any of those other cooler species yet, but they gotta be somewhere out there. Got him. That's not what I wanted, but it is something different. This is going to be some sort of a mohara. Alright, so this appears to be a yellowfin mohara, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen several mohara over here. I've never really tried to catch them before. I think this one's going to be a little bit too big to use for live bait back here. If I do catch like a smaller one, like maybe 1/2 of this size, I'll probably live line him, trying for some snook or something. But the snook that I would be targeting are not much bigger than this one. So I think this is going to be slightly too big for the snook that are back here. Got him. Let's take a look at this mosquito fish. Alrighty, so I am surprised that this is an eastern mosquito fish and not a mangrove mosquito fish. We are this is brackish water. We are extremely close to essentially full salt, and I was expecting mangrove mosquito fish, but last time here I caught one eastern, and this time we got one eastern. So I guess they're not mangrove mosquito fish. But this guy will make for some good bait. Let me get my second rod rigged up. We're gonna live line this guy, and we'll try for some snook or maybe like a sleeper or just something a little more predatory that'll go after this thing. All right, so we got this mosquito fish hooked through the mouth on a size 16 hook, which should be good to catch some of these smaller juvenile predators. The water's flowing out, so what I'm going to do is just kind of drop this not too far out, but kind of right there in the middle as the water's flowing out. So hopefully there's some predators sitting out there waiting for something to get flushed out, and then they'll hit it. But yeah, let's let this sit, and while this is sitting, let's keep fishing here on the side for some gobies or something else. Got him. Is this just a big crested? Yeah, so I was able to just see this guy's head sticking out from under a rock. Wasn't sure what it was, but I knew it was a little bit bigger. Thought it might have been a different species that I haven't caught today. But of course, it's just a crested goby. What is this thing? Looks to be another frillfin. Alright, so we got ourselves another little frillfin goby. I walked over to the opposite side, so now the water's flowing kind of under this little culvert, and I was on the exiting side of the culvert. This is the entry side of the culvert. Trying to see what's over here. I could see a bunch of crested gobies, a good amount of moharas as well. Wasn't sure what this little guy was, but turns out this little guy was a little frillfin. There's the big goby. Let's get him to bite. He bit the split shot, but not the shrimp. These guys do that a lot. Bite the shrimp, dude, not the split shot. There he goes. Got him. Alright, so we got the big boy. This is a frillfin. I caught one of this size here last time. I don't know if it's the same individual. It might very well be. But these guys are huge. I didn't even know frillfins got this big until I actually caught one here last time. This is a very, very nice size frillfin. So highlight of the day so far, I guess. No real cool species to speak of yet. Alright, I think I just had a hit on this mosquito fish that's been waiting out there for a long time. Let me go check it. There was a little action over there on top. And I saw my rod tip moving right afterwards. You got a fish on the mosquito fish. It's a snook. Let's get him on in here. Sweet. Alright, so this took a super long time, but as always, perseverance pays off. We got a little baby snook. Believe this is going to be a common snook, which is a lifer. Never caught a common snook before. It's got that more elongated mouth, which is a little hard to see when I'm lipping it. But this is a great catch. Took forever. I cast it out over here in the backside, and after literally only a couple minutes, we got one. So let's get this guy back here. And let's keep going. Actually, maybe we'll wrap it up. I don't know, but I'm happy. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. We're going to call it a day. And honestly, I am really glad that I stayed here as long as I did. I had every intention of calling it a day about an hour, even an hour and a half ago. Been out here maybe 3 hours or so, right? Got here, what time is it? I think I got here around, yeah, I got here around 1. It is now 3:55, so a little under 3 hours, probably maybe like 2.5. That first hour, hour and a half, just a whole bunch of gobies as the tide was going out. Did not see any of those cooler, longer gobies that I saw here the last 2 times I fished here. I did put my GoPro underwater for about 30 minutes, so maybe I'll be able to see something cool on the underwater footage. And that's kind of the way I started fishing more recently and trying to catch new species. Either I'll put my GoPro underwater and then look at all the fish species that are down there, because sometimes you can't see them through the water, or there's a lot of underwater videos out there on YouTube from other people, and I kind of started searching the places that I want to fish, see if there's some underwater footage there. And there's been times where I found some cool footage with some species that I didn't even know were there, but they're on the underwater footage. So I think I'm going to start doing that more, either personally here or trying to look for videos and try to see fish underwater that you can't see from above the water and start targeting them that way. Didn't work out today, but yeah, I knew there was snook here. Took a while to get one, but yeah, I cast it here toward the backside. Seems like there's some deeper water there. Saw a little blitz on the surface at one point. And then my mosquito fish got eaten. So I'm pretty sure that was a common snook. Never caught one of those before. I'm going to check the lateral line scale count later just to double check, but I'm pretty sure that was a common snook. And if it is, that's a new species for the life list, which is pretty awesome. So Didn't get the goby that I was really going after, but I'll take a new species for the life list any day of the week. So I've been kind of rambling here on this wrap up, so let's wrap up the wrap up. All right, hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.